Alright. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Back to the Future. Yeah. Welcome back to Back to the Future. Yeah, this is episode 3. Continuing off where we left off. And yeah. Anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. There's a playlist of this game that you want to go and check. Check it out. I mean, I have live streamed this like a year ago, I think it was, maybe 2 years ago. I can't remember, but I want to do a proper let's play of this.
Mom!
But are you happy?
Happiness is overrated, Lorraine. I'm content.
Well, I'll think about it.
Mom?
Hi there, Martin. I saw you as I was driving in. Did you hear me honking?
Mom, that can't be you.
Martin, are you alright?
I'm fine. It's just that you're so gray.
Well, isn't that an uplifting way to greet your mother?
Sorry, I just don't...
I guess you're right, though. I am going a little gray. No thanks to your father.
What are you doing here, Howie?
So, what? Are you out here shopping or something?
Oh, shopping? Who shops anymore? No, it's that time of the month for me again. For my civic duty. I'll be polishing the statue all day.
Oh, right.
Whose ghost cult is that?
What's with the golf cart, Mom?
Now, Martin, I know you're embarrassed to be driving around in last year's model, but we really can't afford the 86s yet.
What about my truck?
No one owns a truck in Hill Valley. Martin, are you sure you're feeling okay?
Yeah. I must have had a really vivid dream last night.
Well, I hope your dream world was more fun than this one. Could you do me a favor? I forgot to give your father my timesheet for last week, and now Mr. Nosy is convinced that I'm hiding something from him.
Timesheet?
Aren't they annoying? But Citizen Brown always says, a scheduled life is a happy life. Anywho, could you be a dear and drop it off at the house? Here, take the car.
Actually,
I know, dear. Love you too. I'd give you a kiss, but you know what that gets ya. Don't forget to pick me up this evening.
Yeah, sure. Mom?
About me.
I'm having a bad day, Mom. Can I ask you a few things?
We all have our share, son.
What have I been up to?
I lost my timesheet. What have I got going on this week?
Well, Monday is Junior Brown Brigade.
Junior what now?
And Tuesday is Model UN.
Model UN?
Mm-hmm. You represent Djibouti. On Wednesday, you'll be overseeing the board game club at the rec center.
Okay, I've heard enough.
What about me and Jennifer?
I saw Jennifer earlier today.
Oh, Jennifer. What a spunky gal. Are you two patching things up?
She totally blew me off.
Well, I'm not the world's biggest dating expert, seeing as how I married the first guy to fall from the sky. But maybe you should spend a little less time with your microscopes and ant farms, and a little more time tending to her needs. What kind of things is she passionate about, Martin? What are her interests?
I don't even know anymore.
You see?
When did I become a square?
Everyone is treating me like some sort of goody two-shoes, Mom.
They're just jealous that you're such a perfect citizen of Hill Valley.
Have I always been this way?
Always been a perfect little son. Going on 18 years now.
What about that time I set fire to the living room?
Oh, but you only did that so you could show us the fire retardant you made with your chemistry set.
Heavy.
Alright,
Alright, let's talk about something else.
Alrighty, dear.
So about you.
What about you, Mom?
What about me?
What are you doing out here? Polishing the statue?
What are you doing out here, polishing the statue?
I know. I was scheduled to clean the clock this month, but then Needles Mom ate some of that bad tofu that's been going around. So there was some reshuffling in the L sector duty roster, and here I am. I kinda wish I was cleaning the clock, though. So much nicer up there without all the cameras.
The cameras?
Wave to Big Brother, or Big Husband in this case.
Civilian Plus.
I saw you talking to Biff about the Citizen Plus program.
Biff says I'd be a perfect candidate for it.
I know Biff, and if that's what the Citizen Plus program does to people, then you don't want any part of it.
But Biff has been reformed. Look at him. He seems so happy now. So at peace with this town. What I wouldn't give.
He's a total veg, Mom.
Your father is always telling me that I don't invest enough in the workings of our great citizen Brown. Maybe it's time for me to turn a new leaf and just go with the flow.
Okay, just hold off for a bit, please. I don't want you doing anything rash. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Alrighty, dear.
About somebody else.
I feel like I don't know anybody anymore.
Well, Martin, that could be a sign you need to get out more.
About Brown.
Is there any way I could talk to Citizen Brown?
Oh, you know how difficult that is, Martin. The great man spends so much time coming up with new rules and demerits that he barely has time to talk to us anymore. I guess that's the price we pay for a safe, happy city.
So he doesn't see anyone?
Not unless someone starts rolling up the demerits. He still takes a personal interest in those situations. And of course you can talk to Mrs. Brown.
Clara?
No, silly. Edna.
Edna Strickland?
About Edna.
Wait, Doc, Citizen Brown is married to Edna Strickland?
Did you get a bump on the head or something? They've been happily married for nearly 40 years. In fact, if you ask me, I think Edna wears the pants in the relationship. She's the one always announcing the day-to-day bulletins. Probably writes them herself.
I need to sit down.
About Biff.
Biff seems, unusually mellow.
Well, he should be. He just finished the Citizen Plus program. So far, it looks like it's done him a world of good.
You don't think he seems a bit off? I mean, he's so un-Biff.
Well, isn't that the point? You remember what he used to be like? He was an unholy terror.
He wasn't that bad.
Now, sure, but you should have seen him in high school.
I can imagine.
About Jennifer.
What do you think of Jennifer, Mom?
Well, she certainly looked like quite a handful, dear. I was really hoping some of her, joie de vivre would have rubbed off on you.
What do you mean by that?
Well, Martin, you can be a little uptight sometimes.
Jeez, don't sugarcoat it, Mom.
Well, maybe you needed to hear it. There's nothing wrong with having priorities in life. Just maybe Jennifer should have been a little higher on your list.
Yeah, she should.
Well, you did buy that guitar. That's a step in the right direction. Women love musicians. Just keep practicing. I'm sure you'll get better.
What are you talking about? I'm a great musician.
That's the spirit.
About Officer Parker.
Jen's dad doesn't seem to like me very much.
He's just a little stressed out, dear. Filling the crime-stomping shoes of his legendary father makes poor Danny Jr. a little twitchy.
So I see.
But he gets the job done. Between him and his father, Hill Valley's been as dry as the Sahara Desert for decades now. Unfortunately.
Dry. Doc was right. We did overdo it. Alright, let's talk about something else.
Alrighty, dear.
About Hill Valley.
Is it just me, or does Hill Valley feel really strict today?
Some might even call it stifling. But you didn't hear that from me.
About PDA law.
Biff told me that he got in trouble for public displays of affection.
Can you believe it? Sure, things got a little out of control back in the 60s with the free love and all, but now even holding hands will get you a verbal warning.
You can't even kiss?
Can't even hug. It's barbaric. City Hall treats us like a bunch of children going to the movies.
Tell me about...
Biff was talking about all the contraband he used to keep. Do you know anything about that?
What are you implying, Martin?
I'm not implying anything. I just want to know what kind of contraband might still be around. You know, so I can watch out for it. like a good citizen.
Well, I wouldn't know about such things, but people still smuggle alcohol in from the next county. I heard the kids at school have been smuggling Xerox copies of Dungeons and Dragons. I bet you'd be into something like that, huh?
I'll get back to you on that. Biff was talking about all the contraband he used to keep. Do you know anything about that?
Oh, I'm just
What are you implying, Martin?
I'm not implying anything. I just want to know what kind of contraband might still be around. You know, so I can watch out for it. Like a good citizen.
Well, I wouldn't know about such things, but people still smuggle alcohol in from the next county. I heard the kids at school have been smuggling Xerox copies of Dungeons and Dragons. I bet you'd be into something like that, huh?
I'll get back to you on that.
about the dogs.
Is it true that Biff was responsible for getting dogs outlawed?
I think that was all Edna's idea. She's always had a sore spot for dogs. Now your father and I, we love dogs.
You do? I didn't know that. How come we never had a dog?
We had meant to get one to teach you children about responsibility, but by the time we had you, dogs had already been banned. Now I don't think we'll ever have the chance to raise a puppy.
Jeez, Mom, that could be the saddest thing I've ever heard. All right, let's talk about something else.
Alrighty, dear.
Alright, so yeah. No one seems to have anything else to say to you and touch the center. If only some wheels handed you to the keys to them. Give your keys to you. Take the car and drive. Alright, so yeah, we've seen the mom in this episode. Now we're gonna go and see
Well, it's not the truck, but I guess it'll do.
I don't know, John. Isn't this illegal?
What isn't illegal in Hill Valley?
What if Citizen Brown's watching?
Don't worry, nobody can see us here.
He's a peeping Tom. Ah! Dad,
Try to warn your old man the next time, okay?
Good morning,
I saw Mom downtown. She told me to give this to you.
Thanks.
Say, what gives around here?
You know, the usual. Keeping tabs on Hill Valley through my trusty bank of monitors. Always on the lookout for some interesting footage.
What are you looking for?
Interesting. What do you mean interesting?
What kind of silly question is that? I've been gathering candid documentary footage for Citizen Brown's promotional videos for over a year now. I know your mother doesn't approve of my work, but wait a minute. You say you saw Lorraine? 11 to 12 hair salon, 12 to 12:20 lunch at soup mo counter, cream of asparagus with crackers.
What was that?
You know your mother's problems. If she slips up again, it could mean demerits for the whole family. There she is, polishing the statue in the park. Just like the schedule dictates. Oh, then everything's fine. Good. Unless... How was she when you spoke to her? Lucid? Sober?
Mom, please?
Whoa, Dad, what are you telling me? Are you saying Mom's a drunk?
Shh, I don't know for sure that your mother has relapsed into her old ways, but she's been acting very odd lately, almost as if she didn't like my constant supervision. Confidentially, I suspect she's got a flask hidden somewhere, probably very near the spot where she's working right now. Do me a favor, son, will you? See if you can worm the truth out of her. She won't confide in me, but she may be less guarded with you. Double rations this week if you help your old man out. What do you say? That's a good boy.
Okay, Dad, we need to talk.
What were you hiding when I came in?
What were you hiding when I came in just now?
Hiding? I don't know what you're talking about, son.
Come on, I saw it. It was a videotape, right?
I might as well tell you. After all, You'll be 18 soon.
Tell me what?
Hill Valley under Citizen Brown is not quite the contented town you were led to believe it was.
You kidding?
You're kidding.
This isn't a criticism of the great man himself, of course, or his sainted wife, Edna. No one's worked harder than they to apply the most advanced social planning techniques to our municipality. But,
What?
confidentially, not everybody appreciates it. A great many citizens, perhaps even the majority, actively resent the Brown administration. They don't say so publicly, of course. But in private, well, just listen.
I tell you, Bert, this regime is a joke. They're all laughing at us over in Fairfax.
A toast to Citizen Brown, my beloved courthouse, struck by lightning. Agnes, you're awful. Are you coming to the town square, Lester? Citizen Brown's about to give another speech.
Citizen Brown can kiss my hairy.
Well, you get the idea.
Sounds like people
Oh, yeah.
can't stand what the Browns have done to Hill Valley.
Yeah.
Not everyone. Only around 50%,
Said he's
maybe
gonna come
60.
back down
How does
downstairs.
Citizen Brown know?
You
You
should.
guys freezing in
Whenever
here?
I send copies of
You
my
not
raw
cold?
footage to the public
Nope.
relations department
No.
at the courthouse, I get a
Ooh,
memo
what do you
telling me
want?
how much
Yes,
Citizen
see.
Brown thanks me for my service.
Oh,
I
yesterday.
see those
Today?
videos and not
Yeah.
do
Do you have
anything
anything
about
today?
it.
Nope.
Maybe you should take
Not
your
yet.
tapes directly to Brown.
Nope.
Would you like some
I
help
don't know about
cooking?
that. I mean,
No.
I'm sure he might
having
appreciate
tonight,
my
lovely?
bringing these problems to his attention
What are you having
and
tonight,
reward me
anything?
for my
Nice?
public service, but then
Pizza.
again,
Can I shut this a little
it's
bit
never
there?
wise to be the bearer of bad news.
It's
Yeah.
wide open. Can I shut it a little bit?
Yeah.
Keep the heat in, babe, yeah? There you go. It's better.
I thought you weren't going to close it properly.
Oh, I changed my mind that I did. How can you say it in the cold, man? Do you want me to
Why
turn the
don't
heat
you
up a
give me
little
those
bit?
videotapes?
No.
I'll take them
Why?
to Citizen
You don't
Brown.
want
Thanks for offering, son, but
Do you not
I
feel
don't
the
wanna
cold?
get
Are you a
involved.
snowman?
Citizen Brown won't like
What's up
what he
then?
sees on
With the
them.
skies?
I wouldn't want
No.
you to get the brunt of his
Have you had your
displeasure.
meds?
Not to
Yes.
mention the displeasure of all the
Why
folks
not?
on the tapes.
happening?
Once they find out I
you want
recorded
them?
them, no,
Hmm?
I'm
Would you
not
like me to
letting these
pass
tapes out of my sight.
you
It's
them?
too dangerous.
I'll get them in a minute.
You sure?
Yeah.
It's about Mom.
What are you doing all
How's
this
she
for?
gonna be such a mess?
Are you writing
This isn't
or?
how she is
No.
in my perfect
What are
world.
you doing?
You're
Hmm?
right. It's a real
You playing a
puzzle.
game now, are you?
Because of course
Yes.
we both know Hill Valley
Yes.
is a perfect world, but for some
Just being
weird
nosy.
reason, the harder I
Some
try to get her
puzzles.
to conform
Huh?
to the rules, the
You
more
gotta
she
like
slips
solve
up.
puzzles and not in this game.
Alright.
She's thinking about
What's it
signing
about?
up for the Citizen Plus program.
Just like a
Is she
Sims
now?
sort of thing, is it?
You're not gonna let her go through
Yeah.
with it, are
No,
you?
it's back to the Future.
From what I hear,
Alright, yeah.
it's a fairly drastic procedure which completely reshapes the subject's personality. On the other hand, if Citizen Brown recommends it, it's gotta
Did
be
you
a
get it,
good
my
thing.
lovely? Can you remember?
About full.
Oh, are you filming?
Yes.
What do you think, Mom?
It's too late. You're at the end of the
I
video now.
know.
Relax.
No.
You gave her just
You
a
got
little
me.
bit of space.
Now, there's a
Oh,
fine
okay.
suggestion.
Right,
What
okay,
would
now
Hill
what are we
Valley be like if people gave each other space?
Oh god, I'm gonna go
Or
back down
we
to bloody
tempted to
Adrian's
follow
phone. He's
our
on your
own
phone.
impulses, and there's no
Listen,
telling
That's
where
Thomas.
that might lead.
Hmm?
Where's Thomas? He said he was
I
going to
think
come.
he's up with Mark or in Darren's at the minute.
Hmm.
He's been down to Dennis
Something
having
on
a
your
cup of tea.
So about you and your work.
What's happened here? This is the bottom of it on the top.
Talk, I think.
Have you done ripped it off?
Don't
You
know.
seem to be really
Huh?
into this spying business.
It's not spying,
choose it.
son. It's cinema verite. These candid moments of Hill Valley's residents will eventually be
Oh,
compiled and
really?
edited into the documentaries and promotional
You're
materials
gonna
that
tidy up,
advertise
Keenan?
our way of life to the rest of
Yeah.
the
What's
world.
some rubbish to
True,
bring?
you can argue that I've
Would you like to
taken
do it
things
now?
to extremes,
No.
but I still get up to
Just think
take
it
my meals and, of course, to use the facilities.
Let me have a look on him next video. I think it's a
You're
week on
supposed to
Wednesday.
be.
You got me
I mean,
one-to-one.
wouldn't you
I haven't
rather
got
spend
much
your
of the
time
plot
writing, say,
Go on.
I
science
haven't got much
fiction
of the plot.
novels?
Science.
I haven't got
fiction.
next week
I
rotor.
did mess around with it
This
once.
is next week's this
But
one, yeah.
that was before Citizen Brown made it illegal.
Science fiction's
6
illegal.
is tomorrow, Monday.
Sci-fi promotes an
Atari,
unhealthy
Key in the
obsession with the
Atari and
fantastic
Monday
and
nights.
impossible, and it
This is
encourages
really
the
yeah, Key
idea
on to one.
that there might be better
Tuesday got
societies
Atari,
than
11 till
Hill
4.
Valley,
Yeah.
which is
Wednesday got
subversive
Ellen, 11
nonsense,
till
of
4.
course.
Kia went Thursday, 11 till 4. And then this is just like the normal stuff that are here, morning and night, yeah?
Yeah, I know.
And then you
Okay,
got me.
different subject.
And,
Yeah.
so it's a week on Wednesday, 15th,
The 50.
11 till 4. Ellen, me, Kia.
It's about me.
I'm
And
all
this week
ears.
coming you got Tari, Ellen, Kia.
Well,
Alright?
From certain things I've heard,
Yes.
I get the
Alright,
idea that
Fiona.
people in this town
Really
regard
don't
Marty
check him in,
McFly
please
as
As a what?
Right, my
a
love.
nerd.
I'm not in after
Except
tonight till
that, in
Friday
so
night, I
many
think it is.
words.
Just because
Friday
a boy
nights.
studies hard and gets straight A's
It's,
and respects the rules
check
and
it out. You
doesn't
like to work it out, don't
party
you?
or drink or
Cross
stay
for the
out
days.
late, is
Yeah,
perhaps
yeah,
a
yeah.
bit socially
Yeah.
inept and obsessed with personal hygiene and prefers his rubber band collection.
Can I shut this bathroom window or not?
Here anymore.
Hmm?
Can I shut the bathroom window?
Proud of you, son.
Or
Yes. No, I have to keep that one open.
not? I won't shut it properly, I'll just leave it open a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
It's
I'm
just
trying to
crazy,
understand why Jennifer broke up with me in
I'm
this
just sitting there
time.
in the corner, I don't know. I know you're going to put
Recent
around to
past.
Are you still
Woof.
mooning over
I like
that
to be
girl?
warm.
Forget her.
know.
She's
I've got 3 layers on, I have.
Why
I've got
are
a vest on,
surveillance cameras
I've got a hoodie
doing
on,
things that
and I've got a
that
body
are
warmer on.
completely
Cool.
against the Hill Valley Code.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
got a bloody
wanna know.
t-shirt
Sitting
shorts on.
boys.
Jesus.
Sitting boys in cars.
How was your
I
mother
kept quiet
and your
about
family?
it for father's sake.
All alright, yeah?
Believe me,
Yep.
you're
You seen
well
them
rid
lately?
of her.
No.
No,
You,
nothing wrong.
is there anywhere you expect me
Not
to
been
be
down or
like,
anything?
right now?
Well, I did expect you to
What
be
did
up at
you
the
do?
lake until
Oh, you went
tomorrow
to
with
the
that mathemagic
college, didn't you?
competition,
Yeah.
so I guess your time is pretty much
You're
your
right,
own
good
right
one,
now.
weren't you? When I seen you on Wednesday.
Okay,
Wednesday?
different subject.
Wednesday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You were all happy, weren't you?
It's about someone we both know.
When are you
Yes.
going to hear off them, do you know?
Have you seen Biff lately?
Don't know.
Not since he
Gotta
went to
wait,
the
yeah?
conditioning center. Is he back among the living?
Depends on what you mean by
Just got to wait to
living.
hear off them.
He's really
Yeah.
different
Good.
from the way I remember him.
Lucky
Right,
dog.
we'll see where Thomas
You
is.
know what? It
Thomas
isn't
come down.
fair that
Alright,
Hill
sure.
Valley's biggest scofflaw should be the first to
You sure you
receive
don't
the
need help off me
benefits of
today,
the
you said?
Citizens Plus
Alright,
program.
well,
I do want to do
No, I
this.
shouldn't be jealous.
After recording this.
you can do too, yeah?
Have you ever spent
Yeah.
time with Citizen Brown?
Well, I'll see you now
Well,
for Friday
of course,
night.
I'm in the
4
audience
o'clock
for
on
every
Friday,
one of
right,
his
lovely?
public addresses.
One-on-one, I
I will
mean.
see you then.
Oh, no.
Got my CCD
He'd
this
never
week.
notice a common Sector L citizen
Got my
like
CCD
me.
this week,
But I
likewise.
dream
Only got
someday
tomorrow to
he'll
get through.
recognize me for my public
Why?
service.
Why? And then you
Maybe
off.
let me
Wednesday,
shake his hand.
Thursday. I'm
Oh.
off till 4 on Friday.
Lucky you.
I know. I'm dead shot.
What can you tell me about
Dead
Edna?
shot.
Mrs.
Right,
Citizen
just
Brown?
put me in the
Oh,
two
she's
then,
a
alright?
wonderful woman. People just think of her as this sweet, self-effacing grandmotherly type.
Edna? Are we talking about the same?
But really, she's just as involved in running the town as her husband is.
I don't know what it is.
David and Linda.
Have you heard
Right,
from
you
them?
Friday night.
No, I thought maybe you had.
Thomas, come down now. What
Not
are
in
you
ages. As far as I know,
Alright.
he's still working for the big city newspaper, and she's still in that women's boarding house. I'll never understand why they decided to leave Hill Valley. Something on your mind?
Well, he'll rule.
Valley has a lot of rules.
It certainly does, for our own good.
How could kissing be illegal?
Public kissing is illegal, right?
Ah, the old PDA law. Indeed it is. And what's more, violation carries a hefty load of demerits. But you know, it's a law people break with surprising regularity. Why, I could show you videotaped evidence.
How exactly do people get other people to break it?
On second thought, perhaps I shouldn't show you the videotaped evidence.
Is backwards.
If I got caught with a contraband item, I'd get in a lot of trouble, right?
You certainly would. You could be facing up to 1,000 demerits, depending on the item. But of course, you wouldn't be caught dead with anything illegal. It's your mother I'm worried about.
Do we have dog?
Did you ever harbor a dangerous animal?
Aha! Couldn't if I wanted to. They've all been banned. But I did catch something very interesting on one of my monitors yesterday. Which one was it? Oh, yes! Does that look like a stray dog to you?
That's Amy.
Whatever it is, Edna's Animal Patrol will make short work of it. Something on your mind?
What's the deal with the hell?
What's the deal with the house, Dad?
Don't know how to tell you this, son, but while you were away at your mathemagic competition, our house got slapped with a CZ36 violation.
What?
I know, it's so embarrassing. Your mother's mortified. She works so hard to keep a clean house, but those dust mites are so hard to keep down.
Wait a minute. We can't go into the house because of dust mites?
Well, not until they send in the cleanup crew.
This is ridiculous.
Thank goodness they let me move my office out here into the garage.
Dust mites.
So, when is this dust mite problem gonna be solved so I can get to all my stuff?
Well, the cleanup crew said they'd probably get around to it by tonight, but they're kind of backed up, so I wouldn't expect them until tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow? Where am I supposed to sleep?
I got it all covered, son. We're gonna camp out back just like we did when you were little.
Okay, this timeline is officially a nightmare.
How does that mount?
How exactly does this setup work?
I'm glad to see you taking an interest. Each of these monitors is connected to multiple cameras, of which I've strategically jacked into throughout the valley, with official clearance, of course. I can switch between cameras with these buttons. There's also a VCR for each monitor. I keep a record of everything I see, so if I happen across something intriguing, I can keep it on file.
Well, I'll leave you to your snooping.
Supervising, son, supervising.
I'll leave you to it.
Right.
Oh, my guitar.
Hey, what's my guitar doing out here?
Your mother and I convinced you to give it up, remember? Rock and roll music is frowned on by the Brown administration. It sets a poor example for all the kids who look up to you as a model of studiousness and moral gravity. And besides, you're not very good.
Give me
Come
the
on,
guitar.
Dad, I need that guitar.
Give me one good reason why I should give it back to you.
Because
Rock and roll is my destiny.
rock and roll is my density. Destiny.
Destiny. What would you know about destiny? Now quit fooling around and get back to your studies.
Music is good for you.
Music is good for you. It improves your mental performance.
Then take up the piccolo. Leave the electric guitar to the rebels and malcontents.
I need to impress Jennifer.
A certain girl is only gonna like me if I can play the guitar.
A certain girl. You don't mean...
Yeah.
Jennifer.
Oh, Martin. Why are you fixated on that little hellion? She's nothing but trouble.
Yeah, my kind of trouble.
And besides, the way you play guitar, you're only gonna drive her further Go ahead, son. Do your worst.
Thanks, Dad.
Alright. So, yeah, basically seeing Mom and Dad in this episode. Let's... Alright, so I'll do that next time because we have run out of time. And that's so... yeah, we basically run out of time. Anyway guys, if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.